Hey girls, it's Jill. Sorry I'm getting this to you so late. I meant to do this yesterday and things got crazy and I haven't showered yet today, so excuse how I look. I just stuck upstairs away from the kids. Well, I've got one of them with me. But I just want to make a quick video for you guys just to do a quick rundown of the meal plan that you're hopefully working on for this next week. As you've seen from the blank meal plan and from some of the posts that have come through, with clean eating, what we're going to be shooting for is eating 5 to 6 smaller meals a day, okay? And you want to make sure that at each meal, you're going to be pairing up a protein and a carb, okay? And your carbs are going to be your fruits and your veggies, and your starchy carbs, your potatoes, your breads, and then you've got your proteins, which are going to be your meats or your eggs or your yogurt, your dairy, your cottage cheese. So you're going to make sure you're pairing up a protein and a carb at each meal. And most of you are doing 21-day fix, or if you're doing Insanity Max 30, you're all looking at these colored containers that are in your nutrition guide. So I'm going to refer to the 21-day fix manual for you, but if you're doing Insanity Max 30, you're going to follow the same containers that are in your booklet. So make sure for 21-day fix that you go to page 4 and that you figure out which calorie range that you're in, okay? Clean eating is not going to be about logging your calories, all right? What's going to happen is as long as you're getting the correct amount of servings from each food group and you're following portion sizes, your calories are going to automatically fall into the range where you're supposed to be, all right? So make sure that you do steps A, B, and C to calculate your calorie target. And then on page 19, figure out which range that you're in, and also how many colored buckets that you need to fit in that range. Matthew, back up, please. Insanity Max 30, same thing. Take a look at your weight. Take a look at how many buckets it says to eat per day. So per day, let's say you're in the second calorie range right here, which is the one that I'm in, the second range. I have to make sure per day that I'm getting 4 green buckets, which are your vegetables, okay? 3 purple buckets. Matthew's making a tower over here, which are your fruits. 4 proteins, 3 carbs, 1 healthy fat, 1 orange, which is your salad dressing or your nuts. Your seeds, and then 4 spoons, okay? So if you turn the page from there to page 25, you're going to see, and this is in the Insanity Max 30 book as well, your greens, okay? And here are some vegetable options. Make sure you take note that the foods on the top of each list are more nutritionally beneficial than the foods at the bottom, okay? So when you piece together your meal plan, try and vary where you're choosing from week to week. Don't always choose on the bottom. Like if you go to your carbs, the bottom of the list are the ones that are easy to eat. Your bagels, your English muffins, your tortillas, your bread, and then as you go up, you get to your rice and your quinoa and your sweet potatoes. So make sure that you are varying where you're picking from each list. So you've got your vegetables, and then Matthew, I need those over here, please, okay, buddy? When you go to eat your vegetable, Matthew, I need all of them. Put them over here, please, okay? Sorry about that. When you go to have a vegetable, so let's say with your dinner and you're going to have broccoli, you're going to fill up this bucket with your broccoli and dump it on your plate. Okay, so this is a portion control thing. And the idea is that once you do this program long enough, you won't always have to use these buckets. You'll be able to eyeball on your plate how much food you need to meet your vegetable serving size. Okay, listen, I need you to go outside, please. You need to stop. Sorry about that. So you've got your vegetables, you've got your fruits on the next page. And again, take note, sometimes like if you go to the kiwis, it says that your serving size is 2 medium. So if it says 2 medium, you're not going to fill up your bucket to measure it. But if you're going to do like raspberries, your serving size of raspberries is going to be the purple bucket. And make sure you take note too that a serving size for a banana is a half of a banana. So a full banana is 2 servings. So if you throw one into your Shakeology, make sure you're only throwing half so that you get 1 full serving. Your red container that you're going to need either 4 or 5 a day are going to be your meats and your eggs and your cottage cheese. Your yogurt, make sure you buy plain yogurt, okay? No more flavored. It has a lot of added sugar. If you need to flavor the plain yogurt, use a little bit of pure maple syrup or honey, okay? No more buying flavored yogurts. And if you like vanilla yogurt, take some pure maple syrup, pour it over the plain yogurt, and then put a splash of vanilla extract in, and you have vanilla yogurt. You've got your yellow container, your carbs. So let's say in the morning, I eat oatmeal almost every morning. This is the size of oatmeal that I eat. And then I pair it up with, there's my carb. I pair it up with my protein, which is either 2 eggs, cooked any way you want, Or I do a bucket of yogurt, and then I put some fruit on as well. So remember, carb and protein you're pairing up at each meal. From the carbs, then we switch and we go to your healthy fats. All right, so you've got your avocados, your nuts. Make sure if you buy nuts or when you buy nuts, almonds, cashews, peanuts, and so on, you're buying raw, unsalted. Okay, we don't need the extra salt. We don't need the extra oils. We just want the real food. One tip that I gave the ladies on our call last week was if the raw nuts, if they don't taste good to you. And I eat them totally raw, but if you need to kind of take a step in between, take a baking pan, and sprinkle, I don't know, half a package of nuts, just raw, let's say, what did I do the last time? The pecans, the raw unsalted pecans, and roast them. Put them in the oven, 350 for 5 minutes. And it kind of just takes that raw edge off. And if you need to, even maybe sprinkle just a little bit of salt on them. But that way we don't get the oils, we don't get all the extra salt, and we get our healthy fat in. Hummus. One note on your hummus: if you don't make it from scratch, which is totally fine, make sure when you shop for it, you look at the ingredients, okay, and stay away from the brand that has the ingredient called sodium benzoate, benzoate. This is actually in a lot of processed foods. It's a preservative. It's really, really not good for our health, okay? So choose a hummus brand, and I think the Sabra brand might not have that ingredient in. I make mine from scratch, so I haven't looked at the ingredients in a long time, but just make sure you choose one that has no sodium benzoate in it, okay? Your orange container, honestly, the way that I get my orange container in is if I eat a salad that day, it's my dressing. And if I don't do that, I will either throw coconut on my yogurt or flaxseed in my Shakeology or in my oatmeal. But make sure you're getting one orange container per day. And then your teaspoons are going to be your peanut butters, your almond butters, your cashew butters, the oils that you cook with. So make sure you take note how many of those that you need per day. You've got your free foods, which are awesome. You've got vinegars, mustards, hot sauce, garlic, your extracts. If you put a little bit of extract in your Shakeology, it's really good. I like the caramel extract or the vanilla extract in my chocolate Shakeology. And then if you turn the page, make sure that you read over the beverage and treat guide. If you are a milk person, that's totally fine, but it says up to 3 times a week you can replace one of your yellows with milk. Okay, and before I did the 21-day fix, I used to put milk in my Shakeology and my oatmeal, but then I did this, and I realized that for me, I would rather eat my yellow bucket than drink it. So I now make my oatmeal with water, I make my Shakeology with water, and I get to eat my yellows. But if you love your milk, that's totally fine. Up to 3 times a week, you can sub in and take a look at the beverage list. Make sure if you're doing almond milk that it's unsweetened. And then the other note, you guys, for the yellow is if you're going to have a glass of wine at night, you know, with your husband or your boyfriend or your friends or your girlfriends or whoever, that's a yellow bucket, okay? So if you know you're going to have a glass of wine, take one last bucket of these during the day, all right? Like tonight, I'm going to a wine and cheese party, so I've had one last carb during the day because I know I'm going to have my wine at nighttime. And then on the page 39, you can see a list of treats. They have some recipes for some banana oatmeal cookies or some oatmeal cookies with chocolate chips, and so on. So up to 3 times a week, you can replace a yellow with a treat as well if you would like.
Did you know you can fill it up with some of mine?
Okay, just a minute. I'm almost done, okay? Then if you go on in your booklet, you have some seasoning mixes, some recipes, and I wanted to point out dressings, salad dressings, you guys, page 56. You don't have to use these, but if you don't, make sure you try to make your salad dressings. Even the organic ones have a lot of extra just junk in them, ingredients that our bodies don't need. We just need real food. So I have a really great balsamic vinaigrette that I make that's not in here that I can share with you guys, or just Google or Pinterest homemade salad dressings. You know, you don't need more than oil, some kind of oil, vinegar, Dijon mustard is awesome, and then some spices or herbs or whatever. So salad dressings, try and get in the habit of making your own. There's some treat recipes. There's some Shakeology recipes in here for you to try. And then there's one other page, 71. This is your restaurant food guide, okay? Or the foods that maybe aren't split up, vegetable, meat, And carb, like let's say lasagna, the meat lasagna, you're going to count as 2 yellows and a red. So if there are foods that are mixed, like chili with beef is going to be a red and a yellow. So this page 71 is really helpful as well for that. And if you ever get stuck and you're making something and you don't know what buckets to use, give it your best guess or just ask me, okay? And then the last thing, so there are they have some sample, meal plans there for you to look at. And I think that's everything from the book. There are tally sheets at the end. If you're doing 21 Day Fix or Max 30, there's a really great, you can get a free app on your phone that takes track, let's see, where's mine here? That keeps track of mine's called 21 Day Tally, that will track, when I eat my green, I swipe it, I swipe what I eat during the day, and by the end of the day, all of mine should say complete. So that's kind of a rundown of the nutrition guide. As you start to piece together your meals, remember you're going 5 to 6 meals a day, and you're trying to hit all of your buckets. How many buckets should you have each day? Make sure you always have that in mind. And then always have your Shakeology. Shakeology counts as the red, okay? And then if you add anything else into it, make sure you take account for that. Another piece that's not from this nutrition guide, but you want to make sure that every day you're drinking water. Enough water. So take your weight in pounds, divide it in half, all right? And then that's how many ounces you want to shoot for minimum each day, okay? So if you are 140 pounds, divide that in half, 70 ounces of water minimum per day, all right? So always have that water bottle handy, ready to go. I think that is all we covered on the call. If you have any questions at all, let me know. The first time you go to piece through your first meal plan, it's going to take some time and you might get a little frustrated, but just keep a positive attitude and reach out. Like I said, the first time I made my meal plan, I was asking my coach all sorts of questions because I was like, this is way too hard, I can't do this, and she kind of helped me through it. And now I sit down on Fridays, I meal plan, it takes me 10 minutes max. I shop on Saturdays, and then Sunday I prep. I wash and chop my fruits and veggies, cook any chicken for lunches that I need, hard-boiled eggs, anything that can make the week go easier, I do. And what you're going to find is that the extra time that you put in on the weekend, so an hour, let's say an hour total between planning, grocery shopping, and prepping, it's going to make your week go by so smooth. And your nutrition is going to be such a huge piece of this journey for you guys. 80% of your health, of your results, comes from your nutrition, from your food. So what we're looking to do is cut out the processed foods and eat real whole foods. All right? Again, if you have any questions, send me a message. I can give you my phone number. Let me help you so that this is an enjoyable, fun ride. And tomorrow, we're all going to be sharing our meal plans in the group. So if you have some time today or tomorrow morning, try and get something together so that you can share. And it's always fun to learn recipes and get ideas from other people as well. So that was kind of a really fast rundown. Again, let me know if you have questions. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Okay, bye guys.